my stamping friends. It's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot, back with you for my Mystery Monday video today. I'm a little late posting. I had a couple of delays today, this morning, so I'm here with you this afternoon. And we are going to make a project today using this beautiful new designer series paper. This is called Gallery Blooms, I believe. This one right here. Let me just confirm the name of it. Beautiful Gallery 6x6 designer series paper. It's right here. Beautiful motifs, beautiful gallery right here. It's all part of this huge suite called Beautiful Gallery, which is a mega suite, meaning you would get, I believe, both stamp sets, the paper, the embellishments, the embossing folder, and the ribbon, if I'm not mistaken. And these are some samples. You can start viewing it on page 53 of our new annual catalog. So some really beautiful samples here. And I just wanted to show you quickly what this paper looks like up close, because honestly, you could probably just frame this paper and put it on your wall. It is just so pretty. So it is 6x6 and you get 48 sheets. So that's 12 patterns, 4 of each design. And it is double-sided. So I'm just going to go through these quickly. Look, you have this beautiful vase of roses and the backer, this lovely landscape. Got this pattern in here. Beautiful roses on the bush. This looks lovely for, I think, a Christmas card. You've got, well, this reminds me, I'm assuming this might be St. Paul's Cathedral in London. Don't quote me on that. But it looks like a very Victorian sort of print. You've got this with the river and the little boat on the river. And here the prairie with a few of the hills. Got the tree, the fall leaves, this beautiful rose image here, this lovely marina sort of sailboat image, more roses which are cascading, and finally this beautiful cute little cottage scene. So really beautiful paper that you can do lots of different things with, I think. Okay. So I came across a card from Tammy White, and it is actually called a Panoramic accordion card. So here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's one of the images from the paper, and when you open it up, it's kind of like a bit of a landscape that goes across. So I thought that was really clever. I was trying to decide on a couple of ways to maybe switch this up. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples that I came up with, or at least one other one. And when we create our project today, I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit. But here, it's also known as a W fold, I guess, because the way we're going to fold it, it sort of looks like a W right there, right? Like you do Z fold cards. This one is more of a W card. Okay, so this used this beautiful rose paper. But for our pattern on our card, I'm going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to use this pattern, our little prairie scene. So there are lots of different colors in the palette to choose from as your base. So this one, you know what, I thought I'm just going to go kind of neutral, and I pulled out the crumb cake. So I'm going to show you how we put this together and what pieces you'll need. I will post all these measurements on the post, and the video will be on YouTube as well at some point if you want to go back and check it out. Okay, so for our card base, we need to cut and score. So your paper needs to be 11 inches long and 5.5 across. Okay, so you're just going to take one sheet of paper and give it a slice. Okay, and then we're going to do some scoring. Okay, so we're going to do 4 score lines, and I hope you can see this up here. So the first one will be 1 3/4. So you just line that up. Make sure your cutting blade is out of the way. You just want your scoring blade. So 1 3/4, and then we're going to move to 3 1/2. And then we're going to go to 5 1/4. And finally at 7 inches. Now you could use your scoreboard too if you find that's easier than your paper trimmer. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a minute. And then we are going to need 2 pieces of this designer paper. So the same pattern, 2 pieces. You get, I believe, 4, like I said, of each pattern. So we're going to need 2 of these. So the first thing we have to do is cut each of these down to 5 3/8 from 6. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the extra off of this top here because it's quite a large sky. So I'm going to measure at 5 3/8. So 1, 2, 3, and trim that off. And then I'm going to do the same with the other piece. So 5, 1, 2, 3/8 right there. Okay, so now we're going to cut some strips. Okay, so now we are going to need, for this card, I'm going to switch this up. So for this one, we just needed 2 strips. I'm going to cut 3, and you will get 3 from 1 piece of paper. And so we have our 5 3/8, and then our width is going to be 1 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to need 3 of those. So 1, and you're just going to go across. So 1 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just past the 1/2 inch mark. I know sometimes reading paper trimmers can be a little tricky when it gets down to the 8ths and the 16ths. Okay, 1 5/8. Okay, oops, let's shift it a little here. Let me just get this straight. Okay, and then this remainder you can just keep to put on another card if you want it. I'll just set it aside for now. Okay, so we're going to keep those in order like we cut them. And then with our second piece, I want this to be a little bit bigger, like this one. So we have the 5 3/8, but this time we need 3 7/8. So I am going to actually just flip it. Flip it and cut off this part. Yeah, or if you wanted to just do it this way, you could do it this way as well. Do I want to do it that way? It doesn't really matter. I'm just sort of, I have all these different ideas and things going through my head today. I can't really make a decision. So we need 3 7/8. So should I cut it from here? Maybe I will. Let's do something different. 3 7/8. So it's just past the 3 3/4 mark. Okay. And this is an extra piece as well. Okay, so we have our pieces cut. And then I also cut a piece of Very Vanilla, the same size as these panels, at 5 3/8 by 1 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to actually sneak that one in here. All right, so now we can assemble our W fold. So you're going to fold just like an accordion fold or mountain valley fold. Okay, and make sure you burnish your edges really well because you want them to be nice and crisp. Okay, and then we'll fold this one back here. And then the last one, I'm going to do backwards again. Okay, it actually comes together really quickly once you've decided on your color palette. Okay, so like you can see here is our W fold, right? Okay, so now we can put these pieces on, and again, put them on in the order that you cut them because you want it to look a bit like a panoramic scene, right? So we'll start with the first one. And just put some adhesive on the back. And you're going to put this on the outside flap. Okay, so there's just a little bit of that border showing through. Now, on this one, we did designer paper, vanilla, designer paper, vanilla, and then our designer paper. This one, we're going to go designer paper, designer paper, designer paper, and then our vanilla. Okay, I just thought it might make it a little more cohesive looking, just for my own preference. If you would prefer to do it with just two, that is totally fine. You can definitely do that. And then we'll put on our third piece. Okay. And then we will add our vanilla. Now this is just left plain because we need a piece to write our little message on, right? Or stamp something. So that's why I put this little piece of vanilla. You can start to write your message. If it's not enough, you can always write on the back, right? Okay, and then we're going to put our larger landscape again right here. So let's just add that on our back. Inside like this, just try to line up so it's sort of centered on there. Okay, so when we close it, it will look like this, which is kind of scenic all by itself, the way the hills go. But when your recipient opens it, ta-da, you'll see this lovely kind of panoramic outline. Right? Now this does kind of cut it up a bit, but that's okay. I mean, if you had wanted to still add another panel here and then, you know, something here, that's all right. But I just thought because it's still going to be, when you fold it closed, I wanted some paper here. Okay, so that's why I did it like that. So then I'm just going to add a little greeting, and I'm using the Unbounded Love. It was a bundle. It's now sold separately through the online exclusives. Great stamp set for different messages. You have birthday, sympathy, hello, all kinds of different things that you might want. And then you can also still buy the dies, which are fabulous. Like, look at all these different shapes that you have, right? You have some more ornate, sort of florally ones, some sort of lacy ones, some very simple ones. So I just chose a simple one, and I stamped it on the very vanilla, like I did on this, you know, this color here. And I'm just going to put that down right there. Maybe I'll pop it up with some dimensionals, though, just to kind of add another layer to our card. And we will just put this closed, close that so I know where to put my greeting, right? And so I'm just going to put it up here in the sky. And then I wanted to just add a dot. So these are our neutral matte dots. They don't really, I think this is more pecan pie than crumb cake. This is one, but I'm wondering if I should just put a black one on maybe. Would that be okay? I guess you could always color them too if you wanted, or should I just put one like this? Because this is sort of a crumb, maybe it is meant to be kind of a crumb cake. I don't know, but let's just stick that one on for now. And there you go. That is our W Fun Fold, our panoramic accordion card, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so really cute when you stand it up. I wish you could see it stood up here, but you know, it's kind of just envision it's sort of standing up. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. But yeah, if it were to stand on somebody's mantle or something, they would get a really lovely panoramic view from this paper. Okay, so the other two I wanted to show you. One is, of course, the samples. So here, where I used the two pieces with the roses. And then I did one like we just did, but I used the boats, and I love this one. when it's closed, it's like this, and then you open it and you have these beautiful boats there. I just think that is really, really neat. And then this other one kind of kept leading one thing to another. So I have a belly band on it, which is out of Mossy Meadow. And I have this extra piece. So this one has that cottage on it, okay? Now I did it in 4, and then I had this blank vanilla at first. And when you closed it, this vanilla was showing, and I wasn't really sure I wanted that, because I thought once you write your message on there, then it's, you know, totally visible, right? So I thought, well, let's add a little flap. So this is from the new Cloud Cover designer paper. And I embossed it with this new Pressed Flowers embossing folder. It's a regular one, not a 3D one. And just to give it something different to cover up this vanilla so you wouldn't see your writing. Okay, so that's what I put on instead. I just made a little flap here and stuck that on. And then I thought, well, to keep it together, how about a belly band? So that's why this has a belly band, and that one is a little bit different. Okay, so very easy card to put together. You can do it with any type of designer series paper. So go crazy with it. You can do florals or shapes or birthday, whatever you like. There's lots of different possibilities with that one. Excuse me. So I hope you enjoyed that project, and we will see you again next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye for now.